Quiet. The vents are working. Ever notice the vents? Yeah, some of them blow hot air and others cold, air-conditioned air, but there are those that don't blow any air at all. They just are. Little inconspicuous holes in the walls. There are a few in the office building where I work. Graded, forgotten. Normalized and hidden in plain sight, as they say. Then again, as who says? Because there's no one you can question about these things if you start to have doubts. Coworkers don't care. Supervisor says he'll look into it but never does. Management says they're just vents, as if that answers the question. When I contacted the building owners, suggesting a fault, because no air blows, I got a message back saying some vents are just control vents, not for the blowing of air. The next day I was summoned by management. Why are you contacting the building owners directly? All communication must go through management. So ask yourself, is this normal? The fuck are these vents for? I've paid careful attention to them over the past few years, and I think I know. Oh, I think I know the truth about these awful, grated holes in the wall. The building owners weren't lying. These aren't blowholes. They're suck holes. Slowly, quietly, and almost imperceptibly they work, day by day, hour by hour, minute by fucking silent minute, sucking away our souls. The pressure is so slight you don't usually feel it. But it's there, in those eerie moments when the hairs on your arms stand suddenly on end, or late in the day, when it gets uncomfortably quiet, and you can hear that gentle hum of who knows what somewhere in the world. Now you know what. The vents sucking on you, on all of us. But even more than that. Sucking you and us away, siphoning off our very essence like some kind of goddamn spiritual vacuum cleaner with vents for mouths. Monolithic and ubiquitous. Ever wonder why you feel so tired at the end of the day even when you haven't done a fucking thing? Or so much more apathetic about every aspect of your life even though you struggle to find anything real to complain about? It's not aging. It's not a natural process. It's the soul sucking. The perversity of it is they play it back for you. The essence they suck, they learn from it, then they rearrange it and stream it for you on Netflix as parody. What's your favorite show? That's your life regurgitated. Self-sustenance through spiritual auto-cannibalism. There's even a way to see the sucking of the vents. All you've got to do is color your thoughts. Make them weird, unusual. Give them a tinge of the extraordinary to make them stand out against the grayness of our modern lives. Then sit and watch as the colors spiral faintly out of you, flowing slowly but continually past the unassuming grates and into the vent beyond. My imaginary mirror friend. I had a pretty messed up childhood. My mother passed away when I was 2 and I had a drunk for a father that only talked to me to hurt me. When I was younger I was always alone. I didn't hang out with my friends or have sleepovers type of parents. My father had met this woman named Lillian who became my stepmother. She would ask me who I would talk to when I was alone in my room. I told her the girl in the mirror. She asked me what I meant with a concerned face. I laughed and said the little girl in the mirror who talks to me at night. My stepmother just thought I had an imaginary friend. But the truth isn't so easy to find. I had first met the mirror girl when I was 6. I was sitting up in bed extremely frustrated because I couldn't fall asleep and I had started sobbing due to the frustration of not being able to sleep. When I heard, "Why are you crying?" I jolted my head straight up and started looking for the source of the voice till I noticed a face of a girl in my mirror. I studied her face dumbfounded. She has long blonde hair with a red tint to it. She was tan with pretty green eyes. But there was something off about her. It was her eyes. They looked dead, hollow, and unmoving. "Please don't be scared of me. I know I look scary," the girl said as she dropped her head. I immediately felt bad for her, making me lower my childish guards. "Hi, I'm not scared of you. How did why dash?" She cut me off. "I'm Emerald. I died here when I was your age and now I can't seem to leave, but I don't know why." I stared at her, still extremely confused. I was about to ask her something I don't remember since this was so long ago. When I looked back at the mirror, she was gone. I didn't see her again until I was 8. I was reading at night and heard a familiar voice saying, "Hide." For some reason I didn't question it at all. I went into my stepmother's closet, which was a big walk-in, and there was a crawl space that I opened and climbed into. 20 or so minutes went past and I was falling asleep when I heard the door slam and yelling bombarded my ears. My father got home and it was clear he had been drinking. He found my sister and then my stepmother, but I stayed hidden. Eventually the yelling stopped. It had been a while and I was tired of being in that crawl space. I waited another 20 minutes before I decided it was okay to exit. I hesitated because a little voice in my head was whispering, "Don't open it." I changed my mind and decided to sleep there for the night, and right when I made that decision it sounded like clothes were being moved outside the cubby's door, and then I heard cursing. It was my dad searching for me in his drunken state. I never came out that night.